Here we are surrounded by the White Mountains in this incredible campus, these incredible buildings that were completed in the 1970s, purpose-built specifically as an art school. With this wonderful movement and flow to the whole scheme, and this emphasis on very stark cubes, essentially. What interests me about these places are, and this is a great example, is the way that they just rise out of the ground and they silhouette the landscape around them. There's these kind of stark contrasts between something that is essentially cuboid and these sort of jagged, wonderful mountains and indeed trees. I mean, it's really beautiful. What I also love about here is the use of render, the use of concrete. The colour of the aggregates of the stones are very, very similar to the actual colour of the rocks here. Local materials, right? Here we are. Let's see how they compare. I'm not a geologist, so I can't say, or I can't explain, or I don't know how the stone here, the natural stone, the local stone, these white mountains were formed. What I can do is take them back to the studio, grind them down, and find a way of replicating them. Now, okay, so here we have the concrete. You can see on the face of this shutterboarded concrete, right? You can see the aggregates, you can see the stones that have come to the surface when the concrete was poured. And they are, in fact, very similar in colour to the local rock, right? Iron, which is beginning to rust. So what's happening is the water is penetrating through the surface of the concrete, and with the wind and also the sun, the heat, the contraction, the expansion, that reveals the aggregates inside. So we could maybe collect a few. Let's pinch an aggregate. All right, cool. We've got enough to go with. French ochre. Okay, so this is where we need a minute amount of spinel black. Ochre. These are powder pigments versus fine aggregates, sands basically. We can replicate the colour, but now we need to think about the texture. Now, I'm just making a little bit here. Add some gesso. These are my secrets. Now we're beginning to find the texture. That's not far off. That's all right.